Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden Jay, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick.
And we might be J-Doubless again this week. As many as you know, we do record 2 episodes every other week. And of course, J-Dub is in the middle of it's a horse emergency, and she was unable to be with us tonight. So we hope that that the vet for the horse can get everything squared up and everything's going to be okay with her pony. So, or I guess it's not a pony. I shouldn't call it a pony. It's a horse.
It's a horse.
It is a horse.
Horse, of course.
So yes, it is just me and the Rocker Chick hanging out here for the United States Paranormal Podcast.
Yes. Just us.
Just us. This is what it's going to be like when you do your erotic podcast. It'll be just us. Mm-hmm. You'll be reading the stories, and I'll be snickering and making sexual comments that probably have nothing to do with the story.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like you do with everything.
Listen, sometimes I'm just fed the information. Mm-hmm. It's just there. I mean,
it comes out in words.
It comes out in words, and it's on a platter, and I don't know what to do with it, so I just make fun of it.
And just keep going.
I just can't stop.
And going.
Oh. Well, of course, if you don't want to hear our banter, you know, there is a timestamp. Of course, we would love for you to join our Patreon, where you get the full video and not just the audio. It is commercial free, so there is no ads, no, just our opening and us.
Just us.
Yeah, that's it. Just us. Sometimes it is just us. I don't know. Please join the Patreon. If nothing else, just to give a small monthly donation to help keep the pod going.
Please.
So what has been going on? It's been, okay, so last week's episode was with Steve from the Indiana State Sanatorium. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, we record back to back. So we are still on the Steve high, and it was so much fun to get to know him. Right?
Yeah, now I just want to go there and meet him in person and go and see these places. It sounds amazing.
Can you imagine all of the shit that they got going on there?
Yeah, they sound like they're very busy.
They're extremely busy, and especially with multiple locations that they're doing all this stuff in. I mean, you gotta take your hat off to that group and all that they put into that and make it. And it sounds like that they really want to make it an enjoyable event, so they pre-think all these things out so that everything is covered, and it just. I'm very impressed with their organization and what they're doing down there.
Yeah, we need to go to one of them, and so then we can see for ourselves.
It's true. When will we have the time?
I don't know. I have the time. I mean, I could go.
Well, we are booked to investigate the Kosciuszko County Jail. Woohoo. With Brian and Jessica, and I believe Brian's bringing Peter. Peter is it Christ or who is the kind of the head of Northwest Indiana Paranormal Group.
Nice.
And the guy, the police officer that does the high school investigation team.
Yep.
So we're going to get a chance to meet him on. I do believe that's in August sometime that they've got that put together. So
Very cool.
are you going to spend some time in solitation? In what is it? Solitary?
Sure, I think I need that.
Do you think you'll experience
After
anything?
living with you for this long, yeah, I need some solitude.
Really? I mean, I give you all the space you need.
I can still hear you.
God damn it.
If you're not talking to me, you're talking to somebody on a podcast
That's true.
or on the phone.
Hi, Logan.
Or
Hi, Logan.
anything.
Hi, Lance. What's up, guys? I do a lot with those two.
In your sleep. You're talking in your sleep. I don't know. You're just all over the place.
Man, I don't know what's going on with me lately, but I have had some weird ass dreams. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get into them too deep, but I've had some weird fucking dreams the last few nights, and to the point where you wake up and you have to settle yourself. You've had those dreams.
I've had those dreams, yes.
But you get up and you kind of mosey around and try not to wake the rocker chick or Ozzy, and just try to settle yourself down and kind of. I don't know about you. It's happened to me occasionally. It doesn't happen a lot, but do you ever go back into your dream?
Sometimes, very seldom, but sometimes.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Do you suppose there's anything behind that? Is it just that my brain is constantly overthinking shit and
That's what it is. Yeah. See, my brain is usually just so exhausted, I just sleep. I don't usually dream a lot. But there are times when I've had too much caffeine or something during the day, and then when I do finally fall asleep, it's weird dreams. And
shit is still running. How many of those do you remember? Do you remember?
Not very many of them, no.
The one that I had that I do remember, I remember it vividly because I don't know, for some reason it just freaked me the fuck out. And it's one of those, like I said, you wake up and you gotta just stop and try to shut everything down and just relax so that you can go back to sleep, because it's woken you up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and you know that fucking alarm's going to go off at 5:30, and you're mad as hell that now it's 3 and you're still awake.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck. I'm sure you guys out there have had that same thing, right?
Oh, I'm sure everybody has.
Oh, yeah. We're just coming off of Mother's Day weekend. How was your Mother's Day?
It was wonderful. It was a really, really good Mother's Day. Had everybody here, and yeah, it was just a good time.
It was. It turned out really, really well, didn't it? And I'm always concerned for my mom's health, and we had last week we had a couple days where I was really concerned, and there's been doctor's appointments and all kinds of shit going on, but it was good. She was here. She just fucking glowed. She was so happy. And I talked to her about it afterwards, and she's like, everybody was there. She was so happy that, her daughter was there.
Right.
All the grandkids were there. Well, I take it back. Not all, because
Cordy
couldn't make it. But she was minus one grandchild, but all the rest of them there. And all the great-grandchildren were there running around, having a blast. And yeah, it turned out to be a really good day. It was fucking beautiful outside, and we just sat out on the deck and enjoyed some chicken and pork chops and all the fixins, and yeah, it was pretty fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you glowed all day long too.
Yeah, usually I get stressed when we have tons of people over, but I wasn't. I was good. I had a good day all day, and it was nice.
Yeah, it definitely was. So for all you moms out there, I know this episode comes out a couple weeks after, but I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. And, I hope you guys got the glow too with your kids and grandkids, if that's what you got. And yeah, just simply amazing.
Yep.
All right. Anything else exciting going on? Got to be something.
200th episode coming
Man,
up.
we have some special things going on for that. It will be pre-recorded. It will not be live, guys. Okay, don't be prepared for live. We're not going live. It is pre-recorded, and I do believe we were recording it this weekend.
Yes.
As we record tonight, we are actually recording our 200th this weekend, and of course, I'm nervous and excited all at the same time. Kind of like I was last week with talking to Steve. I was excited and nervous the whole entire time. I mean,
maybe that's what it is. You talk more when you're nervous. Are you nervous all the time?
Maybe. Maybe I just have a lot of important shit to tell you guys about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If ever you hear me where I just, I mean, like, yeah, it means apparently my brain is shut down and I have nothing important to say. I can make shit up if you want me to.
No, that's okay.
Are you
That's
sure?
all good, yeah.
See, this is why I have a pace for podcasting. Because I can talk a lot, and you don't have to look at my ugly mug.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you guys, I'm beautiful. Quit that. Quit laughing at the radio right now. You know, Lance. Quit. Speaking of Lance, let's make this announcement. Are you ready?
Gonna make an announcement.
I'm gonna make an announcement.
I'm ready.
You are ready.
I am.
All right. Coming July 8th.
July 8th.
It is now going to be known as Terror Tuesday.
Terror Tuesday.
Terror Tuesday.
It's kind of hard to say.
Really? You think
Terror Tuesday.
Terror Tuesday. Do it in a fucking cinema voice. Terror Tuesday.
Terror Tuesday.
She almost licked her microphone on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, July 8th, Terror Tuesday, comes a new podcast to the Golden Mojo Entertainment Empire.
Nice.
It is called Real Terror, and that is spelled REEL.
And why is that?
Because Lance, or Wonder Bread, and his wife, Brooke, a very lovely woman who I met finally a few weeks ago in a video chat. I gotta give it to her, man. She's he's a lot like me, where he gets into podcasting and then it's just all about podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And she is very, very what's the word I want?
Good with it?
Good with it, yeah. I think there's a better word than good with it, but yeah. She's very tolerant of it, I guess. Let's go with that.
Yeah, tolerant.
But she is, they are putting this together. They're going to review horror movies.
Nice.
From all time span. There's nothing that's off limits. And she is, I guess, super excited, which I'm excited about this. She's ready to get into this and give it a whirl with him and so on and so forth. I finished up their logo the other night. The first one that I showed you is the one that she really likes. So I think that's what we're going with for now, until we can kind of keep creating different stuff for that. But yes, Lance and Brooke are coming with Real Terror.
Very nice.
Going to be released on Tuesdays. That's why we call it Terror Tuesday.
Okay.
Are you excited?
I like it.
I'm excited.
I might listen to that one.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Real ow. I know all the podcasts I've done. You got your mouth covered. You're trying not to laugh so hard. All the podcasts I've done all the years.
I listen to you all the time. So
It's true. I made her listen to the Nostalgia Tug the other day on her trip to Fort Wayne. She smiled. She laughed. She thinks those guys are goopy.
I did. I enjoyed it.
It was. It's very enjoyable. Very much so. They covered Batman Forever in that episode from the 90s.
Did not enjoy that, but I did not enjoy that movie.
That one was better than, what was it? Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman plays Poison Ivy and Bane. I mean, that one wasn't as good. Val Kilmer as Batman. Not as good as Michael Keaton, in my opinion, but he was still pretty good. He was still a pretty good Batman. Nothing.
They're just not my type of movie, but hey.
That's true.
Everybody's own prerogative.
Her and J-Dub like those fucking horror movies. That's why she's excited for Real Terror.
Yeah.
It's gonna be right down your alley. You're gonna be like me with Batman Forever and be like, listening to the podcast. I'm like, well, fuck, I need to go watch that again because I ain't seen that in years.
Exactly.
I did, guys. I went back and watched Batman Forever after listening to the Nostalgia Tug.
He did.
I walk in and she goes, why are you fucking watching that? I'm like, I was intrigued. I forgot things, but all right. Anything else we need to address?
I don't think so.
Are
I
you
think
sure?
You can get into your story.
Oh, are you ready for
I am ready. I'm ready for your story.
She's ready for my story. I gotta grab the right mouse here. All right. Don't forget to check out Perfectly Picked Games.
Yeah, please do.
Yes. That's perfectlypickedgames.com, where you can get a subscription for games. They're family friendly. It's for you and the kids to set your phones down and just spend a little time with each other playing a board game. And you get on there, you get yourself a subscription. You can get a 3 or 6 month, and then they'll go through and look over your paperwork and find out what's best, and they will personally pick a game for you.
And that's why it's called Personally Picked Games.
Personally, yeah. Perfectly. It's perfectly. Perfectly picked
I'm sorry,
games. You're
perfectly.
fine. But they will perfectly personally pick a game for you and send it to you, and you can sit down with the family and enjoy. Just don't forget that when you fill out your membership and you order, do the little sheet that they have at checkout, type in Golden Mojo for a 20% discount.
Woo!
Jeez, guys, it doesn't get any better than that. So, perfectlypickedgames.com. All right, Rocker Chick.
Okay. What?
Today, we're going to Portland, Oregon.
All right.
Where it rains and
They have lots of squatch.
they have lots of squatch and they have Edward.
Yeah, Twilight.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't jump on Team Edward. Don't even jump on Team
Wolves.
Jacob. You want to jump on Team Jeremy. Team Golden Jay? Fuck yeah, you went on Team Golden Jay. Anyways, we are going to go talk about the Shanghai Tunnels.
All right.
All right, here we go. The old Portland Underground, better known locally as the Shanghai Tunnels.
Why does it have that name?
Really?
What? You say
Locally
Shanghai.
known as the Shanghai Tunnels is an old group of passages in Portland, Oregon, mainly underneath the Old Town Chinatown neighborhood.
All right.
Woo!
I was like,
if you
why?
would let me finish my sentence, lady.
Well, you think Yeah.
No, I know exactly.
You think China.
When I first saw it, I'm like, why would they call it Shanghai Tunnels?
That makes sense now. I'm sorry.
I get it. It's connecting the main business section of the old town. So the tunnels were connecting the basements of many hotels and taverns on the waterfront of the Willamette River. Are you yawning at my story already? Good golly.
Sorry.
They were built to move goods from ships docked on the Willamette to the basement storage areas, obviously, allowing business to avoid streetcars and train traffic on the streets when delivering their goods.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant idea. The newspapers of the 19th century documented tunnels and secret passages underground, but organized crime was the center of many of these stories. However, many of the more colorful stories claim that the underground are highly dubious. Highly dubious?
Dubious?
Yeah. Historians have stated that although the tunnels existed, the practicing of Shanghaiing was something practiced in Portland as elsewhere. There is no evidence that these tunnels were used for this. Do you know what Shanghaiing is?
No. I know there's a movie called Shanghai something.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it. All right. Well, let me get into where we can talk about Shanghaiing a little bit, all right? All right. So
robbery or something?
Pretty close. Pretty damn close. At one time, the great city that we know today as Portland, Oregon, was a river town whose beginning we often look upon as being nothing more than a humble Victorian settlement. However, in reality, it was considered the most dangerous port in the world because of the Shanghaiing trade. Stopping for a drink in such notorious establishments as Erickson's Saloon, the Snug Harbor Saloon, or the Valhalla Saloon, people became unsuspecting victims who found themselves beneath the streets in the tunnels and being carried out to the waterfront and sold for blood money.
Really?
Portland, Oregon, the Victorian refined city of roses, along with the Willamette River, earned a reputation of being the Shanghai capital of the world because of the uncontrolled Shanghaiing of unsuspecting men. These men, primarily sailors, loggers, cowboys, and sheep herders, and those who worked on the river, and others who lived a wanderlust life, and whom played just as hard as they worked, found themselves victim of the worst skullduggery imaginable. Do not ask me the definition of skullduggery.
Skullduggery. Is this like pirates happening?
Arr. It's a early, I almost want to say like sex trafficking type thing.
Ooh.
But this is not sex trafficking. This was, they would kidnap these people to work, and then they would promise them that if they worked, they would be set free, which never happened. Most of them just. Anyways, I'm fucking telling you my story without reading you my story. You good? What's up?
I'm trying to read what that means.
Oh, are you looking up the definition?
Yeah, it refers to dishonorable or deceitful behavior, often involving trickery or underhandedness. It can describe a specific instance of such behavior or a general state of dishonesty. It has a long history, though it's exact.
That's skullduggery?
Skullduggery. Its exact etymology is unclear. It may have originated from a Scottish term for lewd conduct.
It sounded like Scottish. Skullduggery.
Skullduggery.
Oh, all right. Well, let me keep going here. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, you're good. Thousands of them found themselves in the clutches of Shanghaiers and crimps, who either forcibly grabbed them off the streets, slipped them unknown drops in the saloon, pool halls, or gambling parlor drinks. So basically, they're spiking their drinks. They were hauled out of the opium dens and houses of prostitution, or cleverly dropped through deadfall trapdoors that were conveniently situated in a wide array of vice establishments. Women in early Portland's history had to also be cautious when venturing into certain areas of the city. They were warned not to go to dances and to stay out at restaurants, saloons, or other establishments of the evening. They, too, became victims of the shadowy part of the city's history and found themselves being carried or dragged through the infamous network of wharf rat dominated Shanghai Tunnels. And unfortunately sold into white slavery. Like a speck of dust, most of these women just seemed to vanish and were never heard from again. The victims, who held captive in small brick cells or makeshift wood and tin holding cells until they were sold to the sea captains. A sea captain who needed an additional men would fill his crew, notified the Shanghaiers that he was ready to set sail in the early morning hours and would purchase the men for $50 to $55 a head. Knockout drops were then slipped into the confined victims' food or water. Unconscious, they were then taken through the network of tunnels that snaked their way under the city all the way to the waterfront. They were placed aboard ships and didn't awake until many hours later, after they had crossed the bar into the Pacific Ocean. It took many of these men It took many of these men as long as 2 full voyages, that's 6 years, to get back to Portland.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I'm thinking along all along the Portland waterfront from the north end, today's Old Town, Skidmore Fountain, and Chinatown, to the south end, today's southwest downtown area, Shanghai Tunnels ran beneath the city allowing a hidden network to exist. These catacombs connected to many saloons, brothels, gambling parlors, blah blah blah. I thought it was in this section here, but it's interesting. Let me see. So they would lure these drunk men, these loggers, these whatever they were, into this area, and then while they were standing there, they just flip open those trap doors and would drop them down into the tunnels,
right,
where the people would be waiting for them, and they grab them and throw them in these fucking cells. And there was nothing they could do. They were drunk, for starters, because that's what they did. They watched people in the bars in the saloons and all that different stuff like that, and wait till they hit just that right point, and then they'd move them back and then drop them through these fucking trap doors.
That's crazy.
Isn't that a wild? So that being said, as we get into, I still got a list of all the different things that go with the tunnels and stuff like that, but obviously not every man or woman made it out of these tunnels alive. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, just falling into them. Yeah.
Well, so let's
like a couple bones or.
So there are tours, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But there are tours. But so when deep within the tunnels, urban explorers report goosebumps and strange sensations that come over their bodies. People have even named one of the tunnel ghosts Sam. Sam is reported as an Asian man who walks quickly past visitors in the tunnels, only to disappear when they turn around to look at him. People report that he is the one responsible for turning off lights in connecting bar basements. Sam also enjoys moving items around the tunnel as explorers walk by. One guide even heard someone calling out the name Sam over and over again, echoing through the otherwise empty tunnel. Others report oh my. Somehow that text got really small. Others report darting shadows and the feeling of cold hands touching their shoulders and neck. While Sam is considered to be a friendly haunt, others have less happy Others are less happy with having the living around. Some ghosts in the tunnels purposely trip explorers, pull their hair, push them against the wall, and watch intently as you meander around the dark and dank halls. While on a guided tour, one guest reported this. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. I had an itch. We are rounding the corner, and I caught a glimpse of what looked like a 7-foot tall man hunched over and walking toward us. I figured maybe this was just part of the tour. Maybe it was another guide. No one else seemed to notice it. As it got closer and no one else was reacting to it, I began to worry and thought I was losing my mind. As it got within 5 feet from the front of the group, it lifted into the ceiling and disappeared. Seeing that, it felt like the breath was completely pulled out of me. I still can't explain it, what it was. And after the tour, I asked a few of the other guests if they saw anything strange, and most just reported sensations of being watched. And one woman had her hair tugged a bit. I'll never forget that day.
Interesting. Like I said, like Steve said, 10%. 10% can see things.
You are not wrong. So, yeah, basically, there you go with just some of the main stuff. You know, it's like Sam's there. You know, you're basically feeling this, that, and the other. Which I think that a lot of places you go, I think you kind of get that sensation. And I think that, think about this, you know, it's an old tunnel. There's a lot of old wiring running through there. I mean, you know, you could be feeling some of that. What is it? Is it EMPs or EVP? Not EVPs, but some of that radiation off of the old electrical stuff that's down there. You know, that kind of
something about lights and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, anyways,
electromagnetic field.
EMP.
EMF.
Isn't that the thing you shoot down? Shoot down and make electronics die. I'm sorry.
No, I am.
So anyway, I went on the hunt. I went to Reddit because that's the place to go.
That's where you go, yeah.
Because there are so many fucking cool people out there that love to share their stories.
Yeah.
And so here we go. This is Surgical Cubes. This is on Reddit.
Okay.
I went here on my birthday when I was in grade school. Who takes their grade school kid to the fucking tunnels? I mean, that's
he wanted to go there. That's what his
guess.
choice was.
I was really into paranormal activity as a kid. I saw the episode of Ghost Adventures on TV and begged to go. Okay, there, that answers the whole question right there. I had many strange paranormal encounters as a child. I remember staying inside a room of the tour a little longer, and I hadn't realized all the others moved on. The room was where the large wooden Native American stood. I'm assuming it's a statue. I remember being tugged twice on the bottom left of my jacket. I laughed and turned to my left thinking it was my brother trying to mess with me. When I turned left, I was shocked no one was standing in the room. The air felt heavy. It's as if something was trying to get my attention, perhaps telling me to move on with the rest of the tour. Whatever it was, I remember feeling dazed after the experience. This is from Administration Joke 23. Holy shit! My sister just went there a couple weeks ago. She swears someone scratched her back and there was no one there. said she couldn't visibly see the scratches, but felt the skin was raw. Also, she said she was sick to her stomach for the entire night. There was some death metal going on at the time, and she had a bracelet of crosses. I don't know if I should show her this.
Okay, that was a little weird.
The sister got scratched. Once again, dark tunnels. You never know what you brush upon. That's crazy. Bad cat, good cat. Now there's a Reddit name. We went on this tour every year for 6 years until my son finally decided that he was tired of it. He was almost 17 then. This was roughly 6 years ago. All of our experiences were fairly unremarkable until one evening, which just happened to be the last time we went. That night, we were taken down below the Old Town Pizza, per usual, and we each had a little EMF reader. They mostly served as props for engagement and entertainment in my previous experiences, and in all my years on the tour, they never produced anything impressive. This time, as soon as we were downstairs, I began to feel very sick. A sudden migraine kicks up and I'm feeling nauseous and sweaty. A guide even said I didn't look well and suggested I sit down in this little plastic chair conveniently located nearby. There was another family that we were kind of casually chatting during the tour, probably because they had a teenage daughter about my son's age. The father took a photo of his daughter and showed me the picture was covered in orbs. At least a dozen of them. But they only appeared around the daughter and no one else in the group. The girl's EMF reader began behaving erratically, and the tour guide explained that the tunnels had been the folly of many young sailors who were abducted and murdered, and perhaps one had taken an interest in the young girl. So we asked a few questions, and the EMF would flare in response. The responses seemed to indicate the tour guide was onto something with his theory. Everyone's present seemed to be a mixture of spooked and excited. Eventually, I couldn't handle the headache. I'm prone to migraines, but this one came on unusually fast. I had lost all color and was sweating buckets, and someone suggested I step outside to get some fresh air. The moment I was out of the pizza joint, I felt fine. All discomfort disappeared. As dry as my retelling this is, it was rather hair-raising, and I do believe that there was really something at work that night. It was one time where I could feel something energetically, and it happened to coincide with the activity around the teenage girl that was witness to a multitude of people on the tour with us.
That was, a lot of words.
Did you understand all my words?
I did.
I'm so proud of you. You understand my words?
I understood it.
Listen, we talked about this again. Steve talked about the stairs at the sanatorium. That one spot. I mean, she ran into this again. A migraine, nauseous. I mean, these are not uncommon things when something is present.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. I just get it just on a normal basis. I don't even have to be in a haunted airspace. I just get nauseous and sweaty and get little poops and.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't happen to you?
Never.
All right. Move on to the next one. Mm-hmm. I can't even pronounce this name. Arsawana Carly.
Okay.
Let's just go with that. I have been in part of the Shanghai Tunnels during the ghost tour 5 years ago. I believe I saw the face of a woman as I was turning a corner. It was a whitish blur face sticking out from behind a pole. It was a very quick glimpse and as I was turning the corner. But that sight has never left me. And I've always wondered if it was And I've always wondered if it actually was something paranormal or a light reflection of some kind. We heard a lot of sounds in that area, though, too. Men and women down in those tunnels, baby,
Right.
getting killed and shipped off to God knows where. All right, the next one is my last one from Reddit. It is from Just Bert.
That was easy.
Just Bert.
Just Bert.
Have you ever heard of the shadow men lurking in the depths of Portland Shanghai Tunnels? This mysterious figure has been the subject of both fascination and dread for decades. Sightings date back to the late 19th century, and the entity continues to evade both scientific and paranormal explanations. Got that? Mm-hmm. Historical background. The Shanghai Tunnels in Portland, Oregon were intentionally instructed to transport goods from the river to various businesses in the city. I told you guys that. Come on, Bert. He didn't listen to the early podcast. Mm-hmm. However, they gained notoriety for their role in Shanghaiing and practice where individuals are kidnapped and sold and forced into labor on ships. Amidst a dark history, reports of shadowy figures known as the Shadow Man began to emerge, adding another layer of mystery to these already enigmatic tunnels. Appearance specifics. Sorry, big word. Golden J. Appearance specifics. Appears as a dark human-shaped silhouette. Lacks facial features. Often seen in perennial or what is I can't pronounce it. What is it? Your side vision.
Peripheral.
Peripheral. Thank you. Often seen in peripheral vision, but vanishes upon direct eye contact. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for keeping me straight. Notable traits: evasive, disappears upon being noticed; silent, with no sound associated with the sightings; and consistency. Descriptions remain remarkably similar over time. I've been talking a lot.
You made it through that.
Specifics and theories. The spirit of a victim could be the spirit of a sailor or laborer who was shanghaied. Manifestation of collective negative energy may be the emotional imprint left by the tunnel's dark history. Ooh. Or optical illusion. Skeptics argue sightings are tricks of light and imagination. Additional information: sightings of the Shadow Man tend to increase during the fall and winter months. While no concrete evidence explains this seasonal trends, it's speculated that the increased darkness makes the entity more visible. Despite numerous investigations, conclusive evidence remains what's the word? Elusive.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. Forgive me, paranormal freaks, man. In summary, the shadow man of the Shanghai Tunnels remains a captive yet elusive figure. Whether a spirit, a manifestation of collective negative energy, or something else entirely, this entity continues to be a subject of ongoing investigations and debate. So, visitors wanting to learn more about Portland's dark history can decide for themselves whether or not the legends are true by visiting a small section of the infamous tunnels with the Haunted Shanghai Tunnel Tour. And that tour begins at the Old Town Pizza and Brewing, Portland, Oregon.
Now I want pizza.
Oh, fucking pizza sounds good, doesn't it? Do we have pizza in the fridge?
No, I don't think we do. Oh, yes, we do.
We might have
but it's too late to make a pizza.
No, it's perfect.
It's freaking 8:40.
No, it's only 8:20.
Well, still, it's too late.
It's never too late for pizza. All right, so there you go. What do you think? Shanghai Tunnels of Portland, Oregon.
Shanghai Tunnels. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But you can only visit a portion of it. Yeah,
the tour actually only takes you through a portion of it. Then they bring you back to the old what did I say it was? Old Town Pizza. Old Town Pizza. And that's the spot. That's the entrance to the tunnels. It's right in front of or right beside the Old Town Pizza. I mean, everything that I looked at talks about that place. So not only did they have the entrance, but man, you can got a fucking pizza while you're there too. Yeah. You know, you get finished your tour, come out and have a pie. Maybe that's part of the whole entrance fee.
Yep.
I don't know, but yeah. I would assume that like when we went to Horse Cave down in Kentucky, we could only go so far in that cave because of legal rights and, you know, property ownership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've heard of things called air rights. You know, whoever owns this building owns the air above it. I imagine it's the same thing down below.
Yeah, down below.
Yep. And like I said, we couldn't pass so far because the railroad tracks were there above us, and you weren't allowed to go past that because that was the end of the property for the actual cave tour. So I'm assuming it's the same thing. They have a specific area in which they can walk their tours, and then they have to turn them around and bring them back. So, yeah, agree to disagree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, man. Hit me up, United States Paranormal at gmail.com. Let me know what you think of the Shanghai Tunnels. Did you like it? Was it fun? Is there some shit you want to go check out? Rocker Chick wants a pizza.
I do.
I mean, I've always wanted to see Portland, Oregon. I just thing for Oregon. I don't know why. Seattle, Portland. I always wanted to go. I don't know why. I should put that on my bucket list, shouldn't I?
You should.
Yeah. You want to take a train? You want to hop a train and take a train ride across?
Train?
Well, we'd get tickets.
Oh.
and a sleeping car, you know.
Okay.
Ooh, we can make love on the rails.
All right, we're done, folks.
And like the bedroom, she's kicking me out. All right, guys, go check it out. Go check out UnitedStatesParanormal.com, where you can find all of your merchandise. You know that cool shit that we have. Also, go check out Golden Mojo ENT for all of the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Empire. I am wearing one of my Murd Nerds podcast t-shirts right now because we did a crossover. And the Lizzie Borden, the Borden murders came out. So I hope you guys are enjoying that wherever you stream your pods. And don't forget, Real Terror is coming in July. Woo-hoo. And don't forget our Patreon. And I love you guys. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me ramble and babble on about stupid shit. And you guys are my heroes. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again next week. I do believe it is J-Dub's turn. Yeah, no, it's the Rocker Chick's turn next episode. So,
alrighty.
All right. I think we have a guest next episode. Oh, I forgot. That's right. We have a guest. We have another guest coming in. Get excited.
Very cool.
All right, guys. Until next time, keep it spooky. And I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at UnitedStatesOfParanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Golden 80s, The Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze, all of which can be found at goldenmojoent.com or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal at gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.